Welcome back, everyone. Welcome to the Seb and Ahmed podcast. Today, we're going to talk about how to master your confidence. Yes, mastering confidence. So, we're going to just, go over the basics and just the key points, and we're just going to discuss all the stuff throughout the episode. So, Ahmed, we're going to start with the first one, which is if you sometimes don't really have to be confident about something, you don't really have the thing to be confident about. So even having false type of confidence still better than nothing. Even let's say you're like a 4 or 5, whatever, 6 out of 10 guy, and you feel unconfident in your brain, and you might think that people think bad of you in a way. Still having false confidence to like come up and do something, like I don't know, to go out and talk to a girl or stuff like this. Even false confidence is way better than nothing.
Okay, so one of my main things about having false or fake confidence, whatever I want to call it, is that at least it's going to get you to do something. At least it's going to push you towards action. It's going to give you that little bit of momentum. So for your example of seeing a girl outside and approaching her, for example, about that, like if you think, okay, I don't look very good, I'm not in my best clothes, I need a haircut right now, I didn't shave, whatever, bullshit like that. If you have some kind of confidence that is coming from inside of you, just kind of almost being delusional about it, almost like imagine yourself as what you would like to be. In a way, like let's say right now you are not very attractive, but you can imagine yourself, okay, if I do this, if I do that, then I'll look much better. Imagine yourself with that feeling right now. Like for example, if you are going to wear your nicer clothes later and you know how you're going to feel with the nicer clothes, well, imagine you're with those nice clothes now and get that feeling inside of you of those nice clothes now, even though you're wearing something else. Like it doesn't really matter that much. Just having fake confidence in anything, just being delusional even. Like let's say you are recording a YouTube video and you think you are not very good at speaking. Well, imagine that you are your favorite YouTuber and you are actually really good at speaking. Imagine that feeling inside of you. Like try to kind of fake the confidence. Try to imagine that you are something that you are not in the beginning, so that you can at least have the confidence that pushes you towards action. And yeah, you are not actually that person, you are not actually that good, but at least it's going to push you to do something.
Of course, better than nothing, as I said. So sometimes um as we record our podcast, right? So I always go on YouTube and I try to watch a lot of speakers, and the way they go in those seminars and they explain and they teach people like in action, like about proper communication, how to properly speak, how to express yourself, hand gestures, yourself, like your face expressions and your body language and all of that, because all of that matters. So the way you dress, if you're looking good, if you smell good, for example, salesman, you gotta know how to give that good impression. So yes, I think even when you watch and then you kind of like apply that to yourself from the first try. For example, as for speaking, right? You don't really have confidence and to go out there and record the video because you think people might find you boring because of the way you approach and you speak and you share your context and the content you're sharing, right? So I have watched few of those videos, and I have tried to practice with people and go on with like on online and go and speak to people, and I see what their feedback is, so I apply those, go on and speak, and then because I saw like I could apply all of those type like things they explain and on communication, I gained confidence from it. So there's little things you can do about it actually right now, like on the fly, is you think, okay, probably this will help me. So try to apply it right now. But if it's something like physical, a material that you cannot really do, obviously, cannot really do that. But as I said, for example, you don't really have the clothes right now. You need to go change, but you want to approach this beautiful woman and you just came out of gym, right? And you're all this, sweaty in gym clothes, right? and maybe you wouldn't be really that confident to come up to her. But you're in a situation where it's either she walks away and you'll probably never meet her again, or you gotta go for it. So you feel like, okay, no, no, no. You get the courage, you get the confidence, and you walk up to her. So yeah, that's also the way I think about it.
Yeah, just the one problem with this is that because I have done it myself and I have seen what it's actually like, and it actually pushes you to do something, right? But the problem is that it is kind of like it has a battery, right? Like you start, okay, I'm feeling confident, but then the battery starts draining, and unless you actually do something to recharge the battery, it's going to just drain, then you're going to be back in being not confident. So you cannot just be faking it all the time. You have to fake it in the beginning. You cannot fake the confidence all the time. You have to fake it in the beginning until you start actually building it.
Mm-hmm.
So the now we're starting with the actual stuff about how to build that confidence. Because faking it, everyone can fake it for some time until the battery gets drained. But how you actually, make it real is basically confidence comes from achieving something, doing something, and being productive. It is all about action and all about momentum as well. So achieving is the thing that is going to be the hardest to do. So you cannot achieve something today. Like I cannot get 1000 subscribers just like that with the click of my finger. I cannot just achieve something instantly. But what you can do instantly is do something. Do something productive. Do something good, which is going to give you confidence. So don't think way too much. Just find something that you can do right now. Right now, you can, let's say, go to the gym. And after you go to the gym, you're going to feel like, okay, you spent, let's say, 1.5 hours really well. You spent 1.5 hours in the gym, you spend them training, you get stronger, whatever. You see that you're doing exercise, you're being actually productive, you're doing something with your time. That is going to give you some confidence. And it's going to be like, okay, I completed something good today. Then you can work on something else as well. You can, let's say, I don't know, get a haircut. That's going to improve your confidence because you're going to look better after that, right? You can, I don't know, when you're going out, make sure to put on some nicer clothes, match the colors, and you're going to feel like you have good clothes on you. So that's also going to kind of help your confidence. It's actually, doing something that helps your confidence. So being productive helps your confidence. Achieving, we're going to get to that. And something that changes and makes people perceive you in a better way also can improve your confidence because you're getting that outside validation, which can help your confidence.
So yeah, certainly. For example, I'll give a great example. For people who have seen the last episode, haven't really seen, but next episode when we come on, I'll try to show and how it is. So for those who have been with us for a little while already, from like episode 1, 2, 3, whatever, everyone saw how bad my haircut was. Everyone saw how bald I was and how horrible it was. Ahmed laughs because he's seen me before even before the podcast, like before the podcast that we started. So he knows how it was. But I did recently, so I knew instantly I had to grow the hair. So I knew that would help me because hair and hairstyle and it's a game changer. It's a game changer. So I switched my hairstyle. I tried new thing, and it worked really well. And I got the confidence instantly. I got the confidence out there. Like I showed it to some of my female friends, and you can guys whatever don't believe me. Like they all rated it like all well. They were like, yeah, it looks good on you. You look very well. Like you smashed it. Like you you had the glow up pretty much. And I was like, I looked at a different way. I looked at like at myself 2 months ago when we started the podcast, and I just saw the way I was there, and I was like, yeah, I did kind of hit the glow up pretty much. So gym, actually doing something about stuff, right? You're always like putting it like next, I'll do it later. I'll try this later. No, you got to start right now. And as soon as you start, like there's so much progress. Like the time goes on, the progress you make, like maybe not daily, but at least weekly, right? For example, I cannot grow my hair in the day, right? It took me 2 something months to grow something. And then I was able to try something like do something new with my hair. So yes, I recommend you guys to start and trying to achieve something. Try to start something with small. You know, build up your confidence. You cannot just get amazing, strong confidence um like crazy dudes who are earning like tens, thousands of like dollars a month who drive nice cars and then get that type of confidence. No, you gotta achieve something. So you start slow. Let's say, for example, if you have a bare hair right now, maybe you let the hair grow and then you try something new and then oh, this looks really good on me. Boom, 10 points more attractive, more confidence. There's so much into it. You can start with little things. And I think confidence comes a lot from discipline because you're not lazy. Because, for example, if let's say you want to approach a girl and you're kind of lazy, so you're like, man, would you really want to date a guy like me? So, this is actually a really good question to all men. If you really want, like, you're all like going crazy about this, like, one girl or something, just ask yourself, which would put yourself in her position and ask yourself the question, would I date myself? Would she want to date me, the man I am right now? And obviously, probably for most of the guys, I think probably gonna be no, because you feel like, yeah, I still have so much to achieve. I feel like I can be a way better version like of myself that I am right now in a month even. So what's stopping you except just you being lazy, always leaving things for later, for tomorrow. So yeah, you gotta start little by little, and you build up the confidence this way. It's like discipline, the same way confidence and discipline, they're linked to each other.
Yeah, of course. There's a quote by Miyamoto Musashi: "The journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step." So basically, you have to start somewhere. You have to start with something, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Like if you're going to walk 1,000 miles, the first step can be a bad step. It can be a small step. It can be a big step. You can fall over. Doesn't matter. You have 1,000 miles to go. You're gonna learn how to walk by the end of it. So you have to start with something, and something that can help you start easier and that can help you do things and have a more productive day is you can go on your phone or on a piece of paper, or if you have a whiteboard in your room, that's going to be perfect. You make a list of a few goals or a few things that you want to hit today or tomorrow. Let's say you do it at night for the next day, and you have a few things, like let's say you're gonna start with like really small things in the beginning. If you haven't done this before, like ever, start with small things. The first thing that you have on that list is going to be, let's say, make your bed. Second thing is going to be brush your teeth. Third thing is going to be, let's say you need to go to school. Okay, you're gonna have go to school. Then after that you might have go to the gym, and then after that you have something about, let's say, I don't know, you're starting a YouTube channel or whatever, or you're starting some kind of a thing, starting whatever, something to make money.
Yep.
And you have that there as well on that list. And if you actually do those things, because like the first things are really easy, like there's basically, if you wake up, like making your bed is something that is really easy to do. It takes 10 seconds to make your bed. Brushing your teeth is something that you must be doing anyway. Like most of you probably brush your teeth in the morning anyway. If you don't, so what are you doing? But after that, go to school. Like there is no way you don't go to school if you have woken up for school. So that's another thing that you're going to check off. And then when you have those three things, you're gonna be like, okay, two more things, and I'm gonna be done for the day. And you're gonna feel great, because like once you do those two things, then you can do whatever you want. You can chill. You have done your job for the day. So go and do those two things as well. Go to the gym. Have a workout. And again, like if you don't know the perfect form for the exercises, it doesn't matter. If you don't know how to perfectly do the exercise, doesn't matter. If you don't have the perfect routine, doesn't matter. Just go in there and have a workout. A 50% good workout is better than no workout. Like any workout is better than no workout. So go
Of
to the
course.
gym, have a training session, then do something for whatever business you chose, record a YouTube video. Yeah, it's gonna be bad, but you have to at least try. You have to at least try to do something. Choose a nice topic, write down some points that you want to talk about, try your best to talk. And once you have completed the task, like before it, you're gonna feel like, I don't want to do this is gonna be hard. But think about it logically. What does it take to go to the gym? It takes to get up from your chair, walk to the gym, enter and just move some weights around. Like that's what going to the gym basically is. Like, is it that hard? Like, what is scary about this? Nothing is scary about this. You walk to a place, you lift some weights for 1 hour, and you get out and you get back home. And you are checking off one box, and you are doing something that is going to help you in future, and it is going to make you feel better now. And in future, when you look in the mirror, you're gonna be like, wow, look at me, look what I have achieved, look how I have changed. Like, for me, before I started going to the gym, I was extremely skinny. Now every time I look in the mirror and I lift my shirt up or whatever, and I look at myself, I'm like, wow, okay, I have achieved so much. I look so much better than before. I have so much confidence in my body. Like, I know I'm athletic. I know I have strength. I know I look good. Like, all of these things, all of this confidence, it comes with achieving. But how do you achieve? You achieve with this list of 5 things that look insignificant. Yes, it comes from that list right there. Once you start checking off these boxes every day for 1 month, 30 days, you check off every box, you're going to make progress that you cannot even comprehend once you
It's
start checking off.
crazy.
Yeah, it is absolutely crazy. Once you actually start doing it every day, you're going to find progress that you haven't even thought is possible. And after 3 months, if you're actually doing the work, like if you want to gain weight, if you are skinny like me, if you actually for 30 days eat as much as you need to eat in a calorie surplus so that you can gain weight, you go to the gym 3 times per week for 3 months, if you do that for 3 months, then you are going to be so much better after 3 months. But you have to every day check off the boxes, and it's going to build confidence on the way. The first day is going to give you some confidence. When you do it for 1 week straight, you're going to feel like, okay, I have been productive this entire week. Before this, I wasn't doing anything with my life. Now for 7 days straight, I was productive. I have been productive for 7 days in my life total. So now I'm being productive for 7 days in a row, and then 1 month in a row. You just have to keep doing the things that you have on your list. Keep setting that list and keep doing it again and again and again. And after you get that momentum, after you get the momentum, it's going to be so much easier to move. Like, imagine when a car is on a downhill, right? Like if you're driving a car, or even a bicycle, if you haven't driven a car. Like on the downhill, when you go on the downhill, it's so fast, right? Like you need to use the brakes because otherwise you're going to go way too fast. Well, that's how progress is. It starts with a straight, and then the more things you do, the more downhill it gets. And when you're doing everything on your list, it goes like this, and it's like fucking light speeds
Smashing
down. Yeah,
everything. Yeah,
light
smashing
speeds.
everything on the way.
Yes, smashing
All
every task on the way.
yeah,
That's how
just
confidence is, and that's how momentum is.
everything you have on the list. You start by one, second, third, and once you build up that confidence, discipline, this drive, every day you wake up, you're like, what is there to do? You cannot even live without doing
Yeah,
something
you get
already.
addicted. You get addicted to checking off the
Yeah,
boxes, and something that you should do because you'll get addicted to it. Never check off a box before you have actually done it. Don't check the. Let's say I go in the gym. Don't check off the box until you get out of the gym. Don't check off the box when
mm-hmm.
you are on the way to the gym. Don't check off the box when you have actually done the thing. Get the reward after you have done the work.
So that's important. Get the list and start doing things. For example, right now we have a podcast, right? I've listened out things. First check, boom, that's it. We've talked about it. So we gotta keep going with it.
Yeah, we keep going with talking to you guys so that you can improve. We're having a conversation between us and we're also giving you knowledge. And another thing, like if you watch this podcast and don't do what we're saying, you're not going to get the benefits. Like if you just listen to me, it's ranting about the daily goals and the checklist, and you don't actually make the checklist, you're not going to get the benefits from it. Like right now, you're going to feel like, yeah, that's so good. I'm so confident right now, so motivated right now, and then you don't do it, and then you don't get the rewards. Do the checklist right now. If there are a few more hours left in the day, do a checklist for those few hours, and then after you complete those checks for the next few hours, then set a new one for the day tomorrow. Like set one in the night before the next day. So tonight you set something for the next day, and then as the next day starts, you start checking off the boxes. That's how it should be. Actually do it right now. Don't just watch the podcast and not take any action. That's the biggest
Yeah.
mistake that you can do.
So yeah, you just gotta get this thing and get to work.
It completely changes your life. Like once you start doing it, you're gonna see how good it is. It completely changes you. And sometimes you're going to feel tired after you have done the thing, but you know, or after you have done one thing, you're gonna feel tired. You rest when you sleep. Sleeping is the rest. You don't need to go to the gym and then chill for 2 hours and not get anything
Do
else
nothing.
done.
Yeah.
You have other tasks to complete. What another guy that I watch on YouTube a lot, Hassan Haider, has a great YouTube channel. What he says is make that checklist and don't go to sleep until you have checked off everything. Don't go to sleep until you have checked off everything. And this way, you're going to have as productive day as possible, and you're going to get as much done as possible, and it's going to build as much momentum as possible and as much confidence as possible.
So the other thing is as well. For example, you woke up, you do your bed, or actually, hold on. You woke up. For me personally, because I thought of it. What do I do once I first woke up? Wake up. I pray. Then I make my bed. I go brush my teeth. And once I'm like, okay, now I gotta start my day off. I make a list, and you go by it. And you go by it. Okay, need to go get breakfast. Eat. Done. It's everything, everything. And even if the small things you do during the day that actually keeps you alive, which is eating, showering, drinking water, all of those necessary stuff that literally makes you alive and keeps you alive. So even you put them as a task, and once you finish that, even you're still gonna finish it, even if you're the most laziest person ever. You're still gonna go eat. But so even if you put it as a task, go eat, finish your breakfast, and then you take it. It gives, I don't know, it gives this
It still
effect to
gives you
it.
more confidence. Like it still has the effect
Yeah,
of, I checked off another
like
box.
checking it though.
It
Yeah,
gives you
exactly.
momentum. Even if it gives you the smallest momentum, it's still something. It
It's
still
still
gives you
something, of
it
course.
gives
Still pushes a little bit.
it still gives you that little bit on the downhill that can help you move faster.
Exactly. It's like this one little push for something to fall off of the cliff.
Yeah, or like the 1 degree for the water to like the ice to melt. When it's -1, the ice is not going to melt. When it gets to 0, it's going to melt.
And
Right?
that's it.
It's the small things that can make the big difference.
hmm So even things little like this, eat your breakfast, or I don't know, get out of your bed. There's no way you're gonna stay in bed 24/7, right? You will get off the bed. Put that on the list. Get off the bed. Checked. It gives discipline. Once you've done the first one, your discipline grows, and your laziness like this. Imagine it's like let's take a pen, right? And imagine it's frozen. The ice coat above it is the laziness. Once you crack it, that's the first thing you did. The first thing you checked up in the morning, you crack the ice. And after, it gets easier to get rid of the whole ice of the pen.
Yeah.
Which is you, by the way. This is you.
This is your productivity. This
Exactly.
is your productive self. So you need to be checking all the boxes, and if you are addicted to being lazy, because being lazy can be considered an addiction. Lazy, just sitting on your bed all day and scrolling TikTok, it's an addiction. Once you
Yes.
start having this list and once you start checking all the boxes on this list, you'll get addicted to the list. This will be your new addiction.
Exactly.
Discipline and achieving and completing tasks and being productive will be your new addiction, which is a healthy addiction. And also for me, something that personally I have found out, if I do the checklist the night before, it's the best because then from the morning I can straight up start and I have everything that I need to do on the next day. But if I don't do it, then I know that the next day I'm gonna be fucked. The next day I'm not gonna get anything done because in the morning I'm gonna be lazy, I'm gonna be tired, whatever. And I'm not gonna bother doing a new list since the list from yesterday, and I want to do something different, but I'm not gonna change it. So do it the night before for the next day, and this is how you're going to, have the biggest chance of being productive. If you skip the night before to do a new checklist, then you're gonna be fucked the next day. And what you can do is, at the end of the day, at the last check, make a new checklist for tomorrow. That can be your last check. and then you make a new checklist and you check off that, and this day is already done. This day doesn't matter. You go to sleep, and there's the next day, and you're something that Luke Belmer has said, you're only as good as your last win. Yesterday doesn't matter. Yesterday is in the past. That has been already done. It does not have an influence on this day. What can have an influence is the emotions that you kept from yesterday, the confidence, the built up skills, the discipline. You can keep those things, but you're only as good as your last win. And when you haven't won today, you haven't done anything today. Like, forget about yesterday. Today, you woke up, you haven't done anything. You need to do something today. Yesterday doesn't matter. Today, you haven't done anything. So you need to be doing today. Checklist today.
Don't think of it as, oh, this week I've done so much. I gotta have a day off. Yes, obviously, rest day important. Sometimes you get off and you still do something during the day, but you chill off a little bit. Let's say you go out with friends and you spend good time, good quality time with friends, good friends, not fake friends from the last episode. So don't think of it this way. Also, you can just, it's about the amount of time. You look at it this way. We go from week to a day. From day, we go to 1 hour, right? So think of it. What have I done for the last 2, 3 hours? Have I done anything productive for the last 2, 3 hours? And you're like, no, I just sit down, stayed on my, I don't know, on my phone or laptop, texting someone, playing some video games. And like this, 3 hours went through your day. 24 hours? No. Take away around, let's say, 8 hours of sleep, right? As for average. Take away. We're left with 16 hours. Take away, let's say, 1.5 hours of eating. Add another, let's say, 1 hour because let's say you cook your breakfast, you cook your lunch and your dinner. 2.5 hours. Boom. That's 15 and a half. Think about it, guys. Think about it. And then you keep going those things down. I don't know. Let's say other things. You walk to your job, or I don't know, your workout, your gym. Let's say 20 minutes off, and you keep adding those things up, and then you get so much, and then you get an amount of time which is considered as your free time. And we have spoken about this. When you have free time, make it productive.
Yeah.
We have an episode on that. So this little time that you have left, which is around 4 hours, let's say, if you're lucky enough, it's gonna be a little bit above, but it's around 4 hours of free time. So imagine how much you could do in those 4 hours. And the other hours are then your responsibilities. You're obligated to do it. So don't think about it. You do those other things because you have to do. You have no other choice. But the hours you have left, you do have a choice, and this is your choice on how do you want to spend it.
Always look for things that you can do. This is also going to help you again with being productive because, as I already mentioned, being productive and getting as much done in a day as possible is going to build confidence and actually make you feel better about how productive you are, and it's going to give you that momentum to crush everything. So when you have free time, when you have nothing to do, even it can be at school as well, because there are times at school where it's a boring class and whatever, and you don't really have to do anything during the class, and you're on your phone scrolling. Stop mindlessly scrolling on TikTok, looking some fucking, I don't know, memes or whatever. Just do something a little bit more productive. Maybe you can start following some pages that are like motivational or that give you some kind of knowledge about some topic that you're interested in, or start doing something else. Let's say instead of scrolling on TikTok, you're going to go on X and read some interesting things about, let's say, for me personally, when I'm at school, what I like to do a lot is, let's say, first class is something like boring, like English, and we don't do anything when we have an English class. So I just go on my phone, I open X, and I look at some recent stuff that happened. Like, let's say, I go on Breaks News on Twitter and I just look at the recent things there because I'm interested in politics, geopolitics, whatever. So that's one of my interests. And I look at these things and I learn something. I see something interesting. I see something that is not like stupidity. I don't see something that is like brain rot, if you know what it is.
Personalize your content, your the page. So for example, I will open my Instagram right now, and first things comes up is because I'm interested in F1. Me and Ahmed were interested in that. Next thing comes up, more cars. We have God, okay, because I'm religious. More cars, more God, cars, God. Well, this type of luxury lifestyle because I like it. More cars. See, I keep it good. It's about God, sports, good mindset.
It's not just some bullshit that you look at. Like you're not getting bad things into your brain. You just put good things in there, and this is also going to help you feel better because when you're scrolling memes, you don't remember anything. It's just empty, and it empties your brain and gets you in the state where you're completely zoned out. Even after you put your phone away, you're still completely zoned out, and your brain is unable to think. But when you're actually looking at something interesting and you're actually engaging your brain, actually thinking, actually reading something, let's say, because this is why Twitter is good, because you actually have to read the thing and you actually have to process it. You cannot just mindlessly scroll. You have to actually read, process, think about it. Maybe write a reply, maybe write a tweet of your own. This is also going to help you feel like you have done something when you actually like tweet something while you're on Twitter. Not just consume content, but actually make content, put something out
Produce
there.
content.
Exactly. Because when you're just consuming, yeah, it's gonna be interesting, it's gonna be fun, but when you actually put out something, it's going to feel like even better. Because not only you learned something, but you actually said something that other people could learn from. And maybe nobody's gonna see it, maybe somebody's gonna see it. If you tweet 1 million times, some people are going to start seeing it. Like, if you have 1 million tweets, you have a lot of followers, most likely, because just a few thousand tweets and you're gonna have at least 1,000 followers for sure. So like
Of
whatever
course.
you're doing, if you just stay consistent, if you just stay on it, you're gonna see the progress. If you just stay on the checklist, you're gonna see the progress as well. We talked a lot about the checklist. So if you don't do this checklist after this episode, like I don't know what to do. We talked about it for half an hour. I don't know what to do. I don't know how else we can help you. Okay.
You gotta start from yourself. Sometimes you don't even need to watch all of this. You pretty much already knew all of it. You just need sometimes people to tell you it again, you know?
Yeah. People need to be reminded more than they need to be taught. This is
Mm.
this is very good. Okay, so the next thing that we want to talk about is that you have to actually know and have the abilities and actually put in the work in order to feel confident. And what I really want to make clear here is that you cannot just fuck around for 2 hours and then get the task done. Like if you need to go to the gym, you cannot scroll on TikTok for 15 minutes, then go to the gym, and then while you're in the gym, while you're in the locker room, just while you're in the locker room, just scroll for 5 minutes more on TikTok, and then you go and train, and then between the sets you're looking at Twitter and just scrolling something. You are wasting time. You are wasting your time. You are not actually working out as you should be. You're not actually going to the gym. You're just fucking around while going to the gym. Do the task itself. If you don't actually put in the work, then you're not going to get the actual confidence because you didn't get this task done. In the meantime, you're like scrolling TikTok, doing whatever. Get the actual task done. Go and actually have your workouts because this is what the checkbox is. The checkbox isn't go to the gym and between sets scroll on TikTok. No, it's go to the gym and have a workout. And after you have that workout, then you're going to check off the box and you're going to go home feeling like, okay, I actually did the work. Because if you did other things while you're at the gym, if you did some stupid things, then you're not going to feel like you have actually done the work. If you have a task on your thing, like for whatever, let's say you're doing copywriting, and while copywriting, like you're fucking around, going on TikTok, going on Twitter, while you're writing something, well, then you're gonna feel like you didn't actually do the work. If you just do the work, if you're just focused on the work, that's going to help you so much, and it's going to save you so much time. Because instead
Mm-hmm.
of doing it for 2 hours, you're gonna do it for 1 hour if you just focus on that and you just work on that. And in the gym, for example, if you're going on TikTok between sets, you're gonna have 10 minutes between sets, let's say, or 5 minutes between sets. Otherwise, you can have 1 minute between sets. You saved 5 times more time in those rest times.
Exactly. So, for example, um, let's say you're at the gym, right? And as you said, like between sets, you're scrolling on TikTok or something. And that makes me think a little bit, bro, like how messed up your attention spam or your laziness could be that you're so addicted to social media between sets and gym. When I work out and when I'm in between, like exercise, when I'm trying to get some rest, like the 2, 3 minutes, I'm dying there on the floor because I just killed my body. Like I'm doing exercise till failure, you know? Like I have no strength to pick up my phone. I'm just there dying trying to get some gasp of air because I just absolutely crushed that exercise. That's why when Ahmed said like instead of like scrolling on TikTok between, so I was like, what, people do that actually? I was like, damn.
A lot of people do that. And when you see it in the gym, like somebody is doing an exercise, he does one set, and then he's on TikTok for 10 minutes, and then he does the next set. I'm like, you are wasting so much time, and you're like turning your brain off between sets. Like you're, it's it's so fucked because you are losing time, and you are also like, emptying your brain. Like once you do the exercise, right, you are in that zone. You are in the exercise zone. Your brain is in exercise mode. Once you go on TikTok, your brain is in emptiness mode. And then on the next set, you have to again put your brain, okay, this is exercising, I need to exercise. You're not going to have as much strength, and you're
You're
not going to do the exercise as good.
you're going through all of this emotional preparation again, you know? You had that emotional preparation when you walked into the gym, when you warmed up. That's it. Now I'm ready to go in. That's it. Eliminate other external factors in your brain that will put you down and hold you back from achieving the best rep, the best set. You know, like come on, man. Like okay, I'm gonna check my phone now, and then you have to get back into like man, hold on, another set of pull-ups. Okay, like come on, man. Like
Don't
sometimes
ruin the
yes, it gets
flow.
to your mind. Yeah, like or
Don't.
not even the phone. Like stop getting distracted, bro. Focus on the goal. Focus on your gym. Focus on the exercise. Focus on the workout session. That's it.
Stay on the flow. Don't ruin it. Just keep
And
doing what you're
yeah,
doing right now.
like understand if it's something you're doing mentally, you're writing, you're reading, and then your mind gets distracted. Yes, sometimes that happens. Sure, you know. But it's something you're doing physically, bro. It's something you're physically. You're actually going out there and like, yes, writing also physically. You know, like you're doing stuff. You know. But how to put this? It's more like mental thing that works in there more. Where in gym, you have to well actually yeah it's also mental because it's here, you know. It's also here where it limits you to your full potential. It's here. So yeah,
And
anyways, yeah.
other things on this point, like we went over that you actually need to work in order to feel the confidence and feel the fulfillment. Something else, you have to have the abilities when you're about to do something in order to feel confident at it. If I'm going to do a new exercise in the gym, something I have never done before, let's say I have never done um, an exercise where you're doing like side delts with a cable, right? You grab the cable thing and you do for side delts. I have never done this exercise, so if I right now go and try to do it, I'm not going to be fully confident because I don't fully understand the movement, like how I need to exactly set it up. Like I don't know what weight I need to put because I've never done this exercise. I don't know exactly how high I need to go. I don't know exactly how to position it, and you're not going to be fully confident in it. So you can be confident about something when you actually have the knowledge about something. Let's say you're going to go and debate somebody. You're not going to feel confident going into that debate if you haven't studied the topic. If you're going to debate about, I don't know, who's going to be a better president for the US, Kamala Harris or Donald Trump. If you're going to debate that, but you haven't studied both of them, you're not going to be able to debate it and you're not going to feel confident. You're going to be like, okay, if he asks me this, I don't know the answer. If he asks me that, I don't know the answer. You need absolute competence and absolute knowledge in the thing in order to be confident. So whatever you're doing during your day, whatever things you have on your checklist, learn about these things and learn how to do these things correctly. When you're going to the gym, learn what is the way to do exercises more efficiently. Learn things about muscle growth, how to have more muscle growth. Learn things about the topic that you're going to talk about in your YouTube video, or learn more about how to copyright better, learn how to use AI tools to help you maybe, learn things about the thing that will make you do it better. Because this is also the thing, like if you just do it every day, you're gonna make progress. But if you try to improve something every day, if you reflect every day, and if you learn new things every day, then you're going to make incredible progress. If you just do it, you're gonna make progress. But if you're also improving while doing it, which will naturally happen, it's going to be incredible progress. You need to also be learning things and be competent in what you're doing. Because if you're doing something but you're doing it shit, like it's not going to give you as much progress. You have to learn to do it well. You need competence. You need knowledge in the actual thing.
Our podcast, we prepare with stuff to talk about. There we go. Yes. Actually, I have this notebook as well here, but I'm using it for the stand for the mic to make it more higher. I use my phone. It's easier. Plus, it has the checklist thingy. I mean, I can draw it in the notebook as well. It doesn't matter. But my point is, though, what was I gonna say is that, yes, for example, we do our podcast. We don't just come up with something, start record and yap and finish it off and upload. No, we prepare the ideas. The preparation for ideas, you guys cannot even imagine how much it takes time for it. Ahmed, you know how much time it takes to prepare the ideas, to research for it, to it's so much headache. But it's worth it because once you understand how much you've learned about the topic you want to speak about, and you talk to different people, they they give you advice on it, you know? Sometimes I go to my older brother. Most of the times. I have people who are also old, like older than me, and they have some type of decent experience. And also, like, I sometimes ask them, you know, it's good to have diverse people to keep around that will know something about something, you know, more have because they're older, they're more mature, they know a lot more. So also respect elder people, you know, like so you gotta respect the older people to in order to learn and also improve. So the ideas and the topic and we research on it so much, we work on it, and then when it comes to recording, we try to improve the quality of the camera. For example, like I got a new phone and camera is way better on there than my laptop's camera, so I was thinking about how can I improve that, improve my speech communication, a lot of stuff about it. For people who notice, we've changed the episode 5 thumbnails is because we found someone to actually help us who actually reached out themselves to help us with the thumbnails. And that's where also comes in confidence and all of this discipline and working on your craft, which gives you confidence. All of this that we're speaking about gives you confidence. So working with the right people gives you confidence because you're learning from them. You learn new stuff and you're like, oh, I'm more knowledgeable now. Networking with different people who have different set of skills just helps the stuff you're doing, you know? So it's important. For example, for us, we on the relationship episode, for example, Ahmed used a little thing like he put this like the video of himself, you know, like like up after the intro. Remember? Like
Yeah,
we try
I
something
remember.
new. We always try to improve in things and try something new all the time. Speak about more stuff, and we always improve. We always get feedback. I'm not like, you know, we're always trying to share our podcast with people. I sometimes go on online and I try to speak to people. I share my podcast with them. I see what they say, what they think. They give feedback, and one of the persons that gave feedback, she reached out and she was like, "Hey, why guys? Do you want me like to help you with the thumbnails?" And we see what she could do. And you know, we were amazed and we're like, "Damn, okay, you're good." You know, we would happy to have you helping us with this, you know. And she was like, yeah, sure. And we was like, yeah, welcome to the team. That's it, you know. So networking helps to make you better in a lot of ways. You learn stuff from them, and that's also what builds confidence in you to work with more people, you know? Maybe sometimes you're in your own environment because you trust yourself and you trust only the way you work, you know? The way you work. So it's important to reach out for other people, to learn to grow, socialize, teamwork, communication between people, how to solve out issues, arguments, and stuff like this. You know, you need to discuss between people. That gives you more knowledge. That gives you more experience. That gives you a lot of other things helpful. You know, and that's what also gives you a lot of confidence
Yeah, actually
in the
knowing,
work you're doing. Yes,
having the abilities, and actually working when you need to work. Those are
exactly.
those are the things. And then something else that is like really important to go over, because this is going to be like the biggest block on the way, like the biggest obstacle on the way that you have to jump over. I'm going to tell you exactly how to jump over that big obstacle. So the obstacle is going to be being afraid to do something, or knowing that something is hard and being like afraid to do the hard thing, or being lazy to do the hard thing. What you need to do is actually break down the thing and see why are you afraid of it, or why do you think it's hard.
I
Break
was
it
just
down.
thinking about it, man.
Break it down. Okay. And I did it in the beginning about going to the gym. Like, break it down. What is it actually? Going to the gym. It is getting up from my chair, putting my phone in my pocket, putting my wallet in my pocket, walking, and entering the gym. That's all it is. And then inside of there, it's going to be easy. I'm just, lifting the weights. For going into this podcast, you might feel like it's hard to go into the podcast. You might feel like, you need discipline to go into it. Just break it down. What is it? It is me calling Sebastian and starting to record with OBS, going into full screen and just talking about the topic. It's not that hard. It's not that difficult. And when you actually start doing it, you get into the flow of it. And you don't break the flow. You get into the flow, and once you keep the flow, it's so easy to go through the task. Like you just smash the task once you're in the flow of the task. So just break down what is the thing? Why am I afraid of it? Like break down why you're at home, and you know that you might meet some attractive girl and you might want to approach. Okay, break down why would I be afraid of that? What's going to happen? Why am I afraid of a person? Like what is she gonna do? Like she's not going to kill you. She's not going to record you and post you on TikTok. Like look, this guy tried to approach me. It's like it doesn't make any sense. Nothing bad is going to happen. You're just going to go. You're gonna say like, hello, what's your name? My name is Ahmed. Like, I don't know, just come up with some pickup lines, or Google some pickup lines, or Google some code approach videos, and you're gonna find some interesting stuff that you can do. And when you break it down, it's not even anything that bad. Like you're walking on the street, you see a girl, and you go and talk to a girl, and maybe she's interesting, and maybe you like her, and maybe she likes you, and then maybe you go out on a date, and that's how it is. Like break down what actually is happening. Like when you need to record a YouTube video, what is it really? Like you think of a topic, you sit down, you turn on the camera, you record, you talk. Like it's nothing scary, it's nothing difficult. When you need to do some copywriting, you just write the text. Like it's not that difficult. You just come up with something, you write the text for whatever the topic needs to be. Maybe you use some help online, and you just write it. Like it's not even something scary. It's just doing something. Like it's just a simple task that you need to complete. It's nothing difficult. It's nothing scary. Just break down what is it actually, and why am I afraid of these things. Like this is just simple. This is nothing to be afraid of. This is nothing difficult.
Of course, just get straight with it. Also, you can break it down into small tasks instead. If it's something like, let's say, preparing for exam, and you're like, oh man, I have to learn so much stuff, and you're scared to do it because there's so much of it, bring it down, break it down. Okay, this smallest topic. Okay, I'll search it up, learn it. Okay, done. Take it off. Next thing comes up on the list. Take it off. Okay, learn, search, memorize, read it. Okay, learn, and like this, little by little, boom, that's it. And once you also realize when you're halfway done, you're like, oh damn, this was actually not that hard. It's all here. That's it.
Okay, guys, so this is going to be everything for this episode of the 7 Ahmed podcast. We talked about confidence, how in the beginning you might need to fake it in order to actually push yourself into action. Confidence comes from achieving, doing, and being productive. That checklist is going to give you so much momentum and so much confidence that you're going to crush through any task in the future. Just keep doing that checklist every day. There it is, the checklist. Very important. We talked about it so much. Very important, the checklist. You have to actually know and have the abilities in order to be confident. Actually research the things that you are doing and actually make sure that you are taking action, but you're also learning and improving on the things that you're doing. This is going to, again, skyrocket your confidence because you're going to get better and better at the thing you're doing, and you're going to see so much more progress when you're getting better at the thing you're doing. Then going against the fear and breaking down the hard things. It's not going to be that hard once you break it down, like what you need to do, and break it down into smaller tasks and smaller things that you need to do. So basically, that was it for this episode. I hope you learned a lot. I hope you are going to be more confident and you are actually going to apply the steps from the episode. So that was pretty much it. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to our channel to not miss out on any upcoming episodes.
And if you have a not very confident friend who is scared to walk up to one girl, send the episode to him.
Thank you for watching.